All right, yo, we are live on this beautiful Wednesday afternoon. Blessings to everybody out there in the name of Yeshua the Messiah. I pray y'all are doing well. We have a lot of things to go over today. We will be live momentarily. Should I put on some Carl from the Moon while we wait? Tell me yes or no in the chat. All right, y'all. We are live. What a day it has been. Let me tell you, what a day it has been. I spent the entire day in a vehicle. And so that means whenever I spend the day in a car, I am usually trading and scalping all day. Yeah, so let's get into this right now, guys. So yeah, right now, currently, Bitcoin is kind of bouncing back and forth between the daily and the weekly levels that we've got right here on our chart. We can see that we've really been kind of bouncing between the weekly and the daily, and the weekly and the daily. And it was a crazy morning this morning. So first of all, I've been waiting for very specific trade setups, and those who are in the Discord, y'all know what trade setups I am waiting for. And this morning when I woke up and I looked at Bitcoin, because usually I do that in the morning, the first thing I was confronted with was this massive bearish divergence forming on the 4-hour time frame. Massive bearish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. And if anybody doesn't know what a divergence is where price is making a higher high, and then Market Cipher is making a lower high. And these divergences were on the 4 hour, they were on the 2 hour, they were on the 1 hour, right? We could see just even locally on the 1 hour, we had this right here. We had this divergence in the backdrop of a much larger divergence, which stretched from here to here. Then we had an even smaller divergence right here. And, you know, I was waiting and waiting for higher levels, but I did post this morning in the Discord here that, you know, unless we lose that daily level at 40,500, I'm only looking to short higher. And what happened was we lost that daily level, and so I shorted it. I shorted the loss of that daily level. We even had bearish divergences on the 12-minute. We even had bearish divergences right here on the 5-minute, just massive divergence as we are coming up above that daily. Money flows coming down. So I took that short right there, and it was pretty nice. It was a pretty nice short. I closed it out. It actually got stopped out in profit because after I took that short, I was expecting us to drop down much lower. But instead, we started to come up. So you guys know the way I trade. You know, I didn't get in until, when did I get into that trade? I didn't get in that trade until 42.92. So that was right about here. And so I took some profits out down at the low. And then I moved my stop loss up to this area of resistance right here. And you can see I got stopped out. I got stopped out of that trade in profit. Okay, no big deal. But then once we came up to this region right here, I decided to short that again because of the confirmations that I was getting. So the second time I took the short, you know, those of us who are in the Discord today, you know, shout out to KPAX55, man. He's a good trader in the Discord. We got a lot of good traders in there, you know. And you know, we went short, and that trade was a juicy short right there as well. And I shorted that down to the weekly level, and when we got to the weekly level on the 5-minute, we're getting a money flow crossover. And then even on the lower time frames, we could see like that we were printing like massive bullish divergences as we're coming down here on the lower time frames. We're getting these massive bearish divergences that are forming, you know, as we're coming to right here. And so I took a long from the weekly level. I'm actually still in that long position, and I managed to scoop a lot of profit out of that one. So the long from the weekly, you know, I posted when I went long right here in the Discord, and I scooped some profit out here, and I scooped some profit out here. And the reason I scooped profit out at those places is because those were levels of resistance. And then when we came up to the daily level, when we came above it and then lost it again, I shorted it. I shorted it again simply because if we go to the lower time frames, when we're coming up to the level, we just get the bearish divergence, and it was a tiny little scalp, a tiny scalp. I'm currently out of that trade, the short from the daily. Took a little scalp off the daily, locked in a nice little profit there, guys. And currently, I'm not in any trade. I'm actually, oh, that's not true. I'm still in 2 long positions right now. I'm still in 2 long positions, and it looks like we might come down a little bit more from this daily right here. Looks like we might come down a little bit more from this daily. Well, what do you know? We're coming down a little bit more from that daily. Yeah. Interesting, right? We got the retest and rejection. Maybe this is not a bad time. Not financial advice, of course. But if we look at the hourly time frame, we can see that potentially we still have room to form an intense bearish divergence. In fact, this momentum wave could come up pretty high, and as long as it doesn't come above the 60 line on Market Cipher B, that would still be giving us a nice bearish divergence, right? If the price comes up to, like, let's say this high right here, or this high right about here, if we pump up above there and break out and get this momentum wave is lower than the previous one, or even lower than this one here, I think we could still get a rejection from there. So I want to talk about like some levels that I'm looking at, and I want to talk about my overall plan and what I think is going to happen, because, you know, those of us, you know, we've been trading all day in the Discord, by the way, and we have pretty cool trading community in here. I'm happy that I have that Discord. It's pretty cool. And so my overall sentiment right now is a little bit, honestly, guys. Let's go to the daily time frame. Let's zoom out and let's try and see what is looking like is about to happen here. On the daily time frame, y'all, it really looks like, if I wasn't mistaken, okay, it really looks like we are about to have the golden arches coming down here. Look what happened on the 8-hour time frame, right? The 8-hour time frame, we get the money flow crossover. When we get that money flow crossover, we got another pump to the upside, okay? Another pump to the upside, which, by the way, did print a bearish divergence on the 8-hour time frame. So we've got that bearish div on the 8-hour. On the 4-hour, look what happened over here on the 4-hour. After the pump, right, we come up, we print the red dot, we get the top on Market Cipher B, and then we get a money flow crossover, and that sends us to this massive pump. All right, check out the 12-hour. The 12-hour looks like, right, we could do something very soon to like what we did on that 4-hour, where we print the red dot, we come down a little bit, then we print a really nice green dot right here and get a money flow crossover. Okay, that potentially could launch us out of the range that we have been trading in for quite some time. The daily time frame, Market Cipher B, look at the money flow. Look at the money flow. The money flow is really starting to look super bullish here. Okay? But let's turn on some miscellaneous levels of support and resistance, okay? We know that we've been trading in this range since May 19th, when we lost that important level of 42,000, give or take, between 42 and 43K, all right? And so right now, we are at the high of this range right here. We're pretty much at the high of this range. In fact, we came up and we pretty much hit perfectly, and I didn't even notice that. But we pretty much hit perfectly this wick right here and got a rejection off of it. That's very interesting. Did we come a little bit higher than that wick? We did. We actually came up a little bit higher than this high right here and got a rejection from it. My point is this, y'all. Bitcoin has been trading since May 19th, all right? Where we're currently at right now has literally been the high, all right? We are at a high. So if this is going to continue trading in this consolidation range, which it may, then we could come down from here, right? We could just come back down to the low, and then just like we've been doing, get a bounce and come back up to the high, and then come back down to the low, right? That could totally happen. However, it's important also to notice that the momentum wave on the daily time frame has never been this high. In fact, we haven't had a momentum wave this high since before the dump, right? Since April 15th. We have not had a momentum wave this high on the daily since the all-time high of Bitcoin, right? Where we've had a wave come up so high on Market Cipher B. That means there's a lot more momentum here. Also, check out the blue candles here. How many blue dailies do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a whole week of blue candles. And if anybody didn't know that I was able to count to 7, now you know. Now you know. Shout out to TK Movies in the chat. Shout out to Cool Networks, who says my money flow is hard to see. It's because I got the purple and the blue. But you can see, I'll outline it for you. We've got this curving to the upside. We go to the 12-hour. We've got it curving to the upside, okay? Curving to the upside. And my computer's being a little bit slow for us today, guys. A little bit slow. So I apologize for that. Okay, we've also got a head and shoulders on the 4-hour Market Cipher B here, as we can see. So one of two things is going to happen. One of two things. One of three things. All right, I'm about to go straight Carl on the moon on you guys, all right? I'm going to give you multiple scenarios. And then when one of those plays out, shout out to Carl from the moon, by the way. He does good TA, right? People hate on Carl from the moon for saying, it can go up or down and then say it happened exactly as predicted. But that's what you have to do. When you're trading, you need to have a plan for whether or not the price goes up and down. And a lot of people know, like when I post trade setups in here, I'm not going to show them right now, but when I do post trade setups, I do have options. Like, what if price does this, I'm going to do that. Price does this, I'm going to do that. Like this morning, unless we lose the daily, I'm only looking for shorts at higher levels. So I was looking to short higher levels, but if we lose the daily, I'll short at a lower level. And then, I have levels of support and resistance marked out on a chart in case price comes lower, and I have levels on my chart marked out in case price comes higher. So right now, it's very possible that we do continue down from here, right? We put in our high today at 49.29, give or take, and we've just been unable to put in a higher high from there, right? Lower high, lower high, lower high. We could absolutely come down. This could be the high of the range, and we come down from here. That's totally true. Possible. The reason is because bearish divergence on the 4 hour, that doesn't happen very often, y'all. Bearish div on the 4 hour, that does not happen very often at all. So people are asking in the chat, what do I mean if I say we lose the daily? What I mean by saying if we lose the daily is we were trading above this daily level, okay, early in the morning, 7:30 a.m. by me. If price comes below the daily level and is unable to hold this thing as support, then I would short it, okay? And if anybody is unfamiliar with all this support and resistance and how I'm able to find these areas to long and short from, check out jasoncaspertrading.com. This course is changing the way people trade because it will walk you through step by step in an easy to understand format everything you need to know to become a confident, profitable trader. Check out the testimonials. Assuming you've never even seen a chart before, we will walk you through everything you need to know about TA, Fibonacci, support and resistance, trend lines, channels, top-down analysis, moving averages, how to find confluence, how to use Market Cipher, how to really use it to find those good trade setups, how to create and test your own strategy, and I even will show you strategies that I use with success that you can start using right away while you're developing your own style. Because there ain't nothing worse than taking a course and people say in the course, how many times I've taken so many trading courses and they're like, we're not going to show you our strategy, we want you to get your own. It's like, well, come on, man, how's that going to help me if I'm new? And then, of course, risk management, very important. Even if you lose more trades than you win, you can still be profitable if you have this under lock. Good risk management. Good risk management. Yes. So yeah, check it out. There's actually an $80 coupon in the description. $80 off. It's more than 25% in honor of a really nice trade that I made. Boom. Check it out. Cool Network says we already lost the daily price level. Yeah, Cool Networks. That was a post I made this morning, bro, when we were trading above the daily. Right? When we were trading above it. So, yeah. Looks like we're coming down now from the daily, unable to put in a higher high here. I have also opened a short. But, yes, so... Oh, and also the Discord, right? If anybody wants to get into the Discord, we can, right here, patreon.com/Jason Casper. And also, guys, if we can get this video up to 750 likes during the stream, I will give away 0.025 Bitcoin. 0.025 Bitcoin I will give away if we can get this stream up to 750 likes during the stream. That would be pretty dang cool. I know we don't have that many people in the video right now, but y'all got to contact your mom, contact your dad, contact your best friends. Tell them, hey, come like this stream because some crazy dude on the internet's giving away some Bitcoin, right? He's giving away some Bitcoin. Yeah, cool. So, yeah, so either we're going to come down from here, guys, and if we do come down and we come below this weekly level, there are some areas that I'm looking at to possibly find support for a bounce to come back to the upside, right? And one of the ways I like to find bounces is by pulling out my good friend Fibonacci. People know I love to pull out the fib. I pull it out all the time. In fact, today I was in the car auto body shop because something happened to the body of my car, and I just pulled out the fib, and actually the guy behind the counter asked me about it. He's like, "What's going on, man?" And I told him, "Oh, don't worry, I'm just talking to myself, bro. Don't worry." He's like, "Oh, okay." Sometimes when I pull out the fib, I talk to myself. So I like to pull the fib from the swing low to the swing high of a move, right? And this will give us areas that we can possibly find a bounce at. And if anybody's unfamiliar with how to use Fibonacci, what you're going to do, if price is pumping, right? If price is pumping, going up, uppity up, and you see that we're starting to reverse, okay, or you're assuming we're reversing, right? Because I pulled the fib from here thinking we could reverse, and we never came down that far. But if you think we potentially have reached the top and we're going to come down more, and you're looking for a long position, you can pull your fib from the swing low to the potential reversal. And let me take some profit out of this short, guys. All right, got some profit out. Let me move this stop loss. These are some scalpy scalps, guys. These are some scalpy scalps right here. Yeah, these are scalpy. Okay. Yeah, so you can pull it from the swing low to the swing high. Then you could find multiple swing lows and pull your fib to the same swing high, and you can get different areas where you can find support. So, for example, right, I just pulled the fib from 3 different swing lows to to the same swing high, and what this is doing now is I now have 3 areas. These are golden ratios, golden pockets, where if we're going to dump down from here, we could possibly get a bounce. And, you know, one of the most common areas to get a retracement when you're pulling your fib is the golden pocket between the 618 and the 0.65. But there's other areas too, like the 382 is a good area. And then, let's see, let's turn on our 382s, see if we have any other kind of confluence here. What you would want to do, right, when you're pulling multiple fibs, is you want to look and see if you find confluence between 2 fib pulls. And when I say confluence between 2 fib pulls, I mean you want to see if one fib has a level on one place and then the other fib has a different level in that same place. And if you can find confluence there, then you can say, okay, that's an area of interest from which I will be looking to catch the bounce. Now, it doesn't always have to be a fib. A lot of times it could be a weekly level. For example, you know, the long that I took from down here that I'm currently still in, I took that off the weekly level. Or this morning I took a short from the daily level. And then again, just recently I took a short from the daily level and then another short from the daily level in the beginning of this stream. So that's kind of what I'm doing if we come down from here, right? If we come down from here, we need to have levels marked on our chart to know where price could potentially get a bounce from. But what if we break out of here? What if we break above this daily level and we come up higher? Well, then I will be looking for areas where we could potentially get a rejection from. And if we do pump, right, which is very possible, if we do pump, I think it's inevitable that we will have to have some kind of retracement. If we break this range, let me turn on the range here. If we break this range, it's extremely bullish. If we come above 43K and we start holding 43K as our support, and if anybody doesn't know what that means, I will explain it once my computer is done being frozen. It means if we come up above here and then we come back down and then keep on trading above 43K, then it's extremely bullish. Then I think we're going to go to 48K, and then I think we're probably going to go to 51K. Those are my targets for those trades for that. Hang on, guys. I'm sorry because I'm managing trades here while I'm streaming on my cell phone. But if we don't come above here, this zone of resistance will offer such a juicy short. In fact, we could potentially print a bearish divergence on, you know, well, we already have one on the 8-hour, and I'm sure maybe possibly even on the 10-hour. If we pump above this daily level and we come up to some of these higher levels right here, I will definitely be looking to short from this box, okay? Short from this box. And why is that box an important area? Well, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Let's go to the daily time frame. Let's zoom out here. Man, my computer is not working too well, guys. Daily Dose of Crypto says we're on the spider line on the 4 hour. Is that as support or resistance, man? So if we're just looking at this chart, right, and remember, fibs, if you're pulling them from a swing low to a swing high, they're going to give you support on the way down. But if you're pulling your fib from a swing high to a swing low, well, that thing will give you resistance on the way up, right? That thing will give you resistance along the way up. And if we pull our fib from this swing high to this swing low right here, you can see that we're currently coming into a 382 resistance, which is perfectly on our daily level as well. And then if we take a fib and we pull it from this swing high right here to this swing low, now we can see that we have another golden pocket coming in right around this area. This area right here is pretty much the same area that we have this box. Let me put back on my box. Boom. You see that box lines up pretty well with the 618 that's right in this general zone of resistance. Okay, that's one of the areas, this blue box, that I'm looking for a potential short, and I think it would be super juicy. A super juicy short. And how juicy, you ask? I know. People are getting sick of me doing this, right? As juicy as this, okay? This guy, okay, he grew in his garden this huge, juicy watermelon. It's bigger than his whole upper body, okay? That's how juicy the short could potentially be if we manage to come up there, right? That's how short it could potentially be. Shout out to Duper in the chat. Yeah, Randall, more Google. Not only do we have, also, there's a few different areas we could pull the 618 from. Okay, we could pull it from this high right up here, coming in at about 51.5K. There's another high right here at about 50.7K that we could also pull this fib from. And if we pull that fib from 50.7K, then we can see that it lowers the golden pocket down a little bit, where it's coming in between 42.3 and 43K period, right? So right here, these are the numbers. Let me zoom in for y'all. 43 and 42 potentially for a place where we could catch a nice reversal right now. Obviously, I have this thing marked as a fib level right here. And not only is this a fib level, but also if we turn on something known as the VPVR volume indicator, okay? And we just kind of take a look. Let's go to a lower time frame here, the 4 hour. And zoom out a little bit. My computer's so frozen, guys. My computer's so frozen. Mike Stein wants to know, how could we smash through the resistances of 40K without crashing? There's ways, man. Bitcoin will surprise you. We smashed through so many resistances on the way up, on this move up. So many resistances. There was so much resistance above us. So much. Right? So let's take a look here. If we come and we just take a little zoom out, and we look also right here at this fib level, we can see that right around the same area, right around this 0.65 area, we do have the 0.618. We have a low volume node right here. We have a low volume node, which kind of is showing us, yeah, this is like the high of the range, right? And if we come above here, then we'll be trading now in a new range, which is why I think we'll probably come up, the first place we'll go is right around 48K, because that's the next golden pocket if we come above this golden pocket, right? So we have a lot of confluence in this general zone to potentially get a nice rejection off of it. And yeah, we might bust through it, but we have to be prepared. What are we going to do if we don't bust through it? If we reject off of it, we need to know where are we going to be shorting from. So right in this general zone, there are areas where you should be looking, if we come up there, to short it, right? And of course, in the Discord, we're all talking about this. We have a lot of specific levels that we're looking for, very specific ones. but this general zone would be a great place to be looking. Yes, indeed. And again, guys, if we can get this video up to 750 likes, I will give away 0.025 Bitcoin. And I would love to do that, especially while Bitcoin is this high. 0.025 Bitcoin right now. Let's see how much that's worth. BTC USD. That's about $1,000, guys. I'm gonna give away $1,000 if we can get this video up to 750 likes. Yeah. So people are asking, would I place a stop above the golden pocket? I would place a stop above. Well, it depends on what happens as I enter the trade, right? But I would put my stop, if I just had to give a ballpark, I would put it, yeah, above the golden pocket. I would put it above this blue box of resistance, above 43. And the reason I put it above 43 is because 43 is also an important level. If we go back to our daily time frame and we go back to the month of February, back here, okay, in February, if my computer would unfreeze, I could show you guys. But my computer is not being very helpful right now. Back in February 28th, okay, we came down perfectly to 43K right here at this wick, okay, right here. And so that's why I have the blue box going from 42 to 43, because, you know, I'm trying to outline the wicks, those little areas where there was a lot of liquidity in the markets, right? A lot of liquidity in the markets. But yeah, it's been a good day, guys. It has been a good day. I usually don't get to scalp the way I've scalped today because I'm so busy doing work. But currently, if we do, so here's my plan. Here's my current plan, okay? Because right now I am in 2 long positions. I'm already long twice. Okay, my first long is from 39136. That's this long that I posted today in the Discord, and I've already taken profit out of this long, guys. I've taken over 50% of the trade out. Okay, lock in profit when you're on profit. But I'm also in another long, and my other long is currently up. Let me go to the inverse, 260%, and there I'm long from 34.5. So if we break out, I'm just gonna hold on to my longs, y'all. I'm just gonna hold on to the longs. That's my plan. Okay, and if you're not long and you think we are gonna break out of here, personally, I don't like to trade breakouts because whenever I try, I get wrecked. Right? I always get wrecked whenever I trade a breakout. Maybe like 75% of the time. But what I like to do is I like to try and find a lower place to long and then hold that long in case we break out, right? In case we break out. In fact, the long that I took from, where did I take it from? I took it from somewhere. I was in a long before the one I'm currently in. I took it at the bottom of a symmetrical triangle. Okay, and then we did break out of the triangle, so it was all good. Yeah, where did I take that from? Yeah, from like 31.9 right down here. I took a long from right here because we broke out of that triangle, and that was let me see. That was from right here. Yeah, where I longed it. Was that this one? I keep my trades in a little folder so I can remember them. Yeah, right here I entered a long position just below the weekly. It was the bottom of the symmetrical triangle. It ended up being a really good trade. That can't be the trade. Doesn't matter, guys. Doesn't matter. I'm not going to waste the time. But if we come up above the daily and we keep printing those bearish divergences, you can bet that I will be looking to short from somewhere in this golden pocket right here. From somewhere in this golden pocket. And if we come up above that golden pocket, I'm going to hold my longs, and you bet I'm going to be looking to short from this golden pocket right up here. Absolutely. So let me pop to the chat real quick. We have a red dot in the 24-minute. That's good. That's good for me because I'm short, right? Short from the short I took in the stream, where I said I'm in a short position. Still in the short position. Took some profits out. Limit out. Oh, by the way, guys, if you're newer to trading, make sure, because I had a lot of people talk to me about this. Make sure that you're limiting in and limiting out as much as you possibly can, right? If you can limit into a trade and limit out of a trade, you know, you will be profitable even if you're just doing these tiny little moves, right? The way you do that is you're going to set a limit order. If price pumps, right, above this line, and we come down, set a limit order, a limit sell order just a little bit higher than price currently is, and you can limit in, right? And then when we're coming down, right, and price dumps, you can also set limit buy orders down here, right? Like I could have set a limit buy order right when this candle was blue, and it would have gotten filled right now. And what happens is when you do a limit order, you actually get paid for entering the trade and paid for exiting the trade. If you do a market order, they're going to charge you a fee, right? They're going to charge you a fee. And if you're scalping, right, that fee could eat up all your profits. You might close the trade in the negative. So always try and limit it as much as possible. I only market in if I absolutely have to, like the short from this morning, right? I had to market into this one because it happened quick and I wasn't really prepared for it. I was hoping we were going to come higher. I marketed into here, okay? But the profit was enough to put me in a gain, right? But the second short that I took, that one I was able to limit into, okay? This one I was able to limit in, and it got filled, and I'm glad it did. That was a good short too, okay? And the long, I was able to limit into that too. So make sure you guys are trying your hardest to limit into trades, okay? A lot of people are asking me, you know, how am I making money on small moves where we move like $300? It's by limiting in and out. And if you think it's going to be a small move, try not to market in. If you have to market in, always try and limit out. All right. Shout out to everybody in the chat. May God bless all of you. Let's see if we have any questions. Shout out to Robert Bonar in the chat. Thanks for being here, bro. Robert, let me make you a mod, man. How do I do that? I don't know how right now. Hang on. Add moderator. And yeah, Crypto Pump It, let me make you a mod too. And if you guys see any crazy stuff going on in here, make sure to you know, do what you got to do. And where's J-Boy Bullish? J-Boy Bullish. Where is he? Here you are. I'm going to mod you too. Cool, cool. Okay, so Michael wants to know, is this what I'm going to talk about in my new videos in the course on Bybit? Yes, Michael. I talk about this in the new content. Peace out, J-Boy Bullish. God bless you, TJB. In the new content that's in the course, guys, I do go over like how to limit in, how I actually set up my trades, how I am, like when I scalp, like the 4 trades I took today, well technically 5. I took 5 trades today. The 5 trades I took today, the way I did that, I will outline how I actually do that, okay? And by the way, guys, the course, there still currently is an $80 discount right now in honor of the sweet trades that we've been making. How new, duper? The content I posted yesterday, 4 new sessions yesterday, and I'm in the process of making new sessions as well. Overpunch says we have the golden arches on the 5-minute. Let's check that out. I don't see the golden arches on the 5-minute. I have to be honest with you. I don't see it. But I do see an M right here for McDonald's. And also, yeah, okay. And the Discord, to get into the Discord right here. And also, guys, Market Cipher. I have a 10% discount. I know that CryptoFace has a 25% discount, so you probably don't want to use this link. If anybody wants Market Cipher, you're better off using CryptoFace's link because it's 25% off. And also, if you, for some reason, need another Bybit account and you want to use my affiliate link, this is it. I'm not trading options. No, not right now. Not right now. Shout out to Guy Buddy who says buy the course. It will pay for itself. Thank you, Robert, for sharpening those pencil necks. Is there a bullish div on the 1 minute? Let's check it out. Let's check it out. Yes, indeed. Is that a bullish div? Yep, that is a bullish div on the 1 minute. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yep, that's a bullish div on the 1 minute, guys. So let me actually put another limit in here. I should not be scalping like this while I am live streaming, right? Shouldn't be doing that, you know? But here I am doing it, guys. Here I am doing it, and it's okay. It is okay. Just scooped out a little bit more. Nice little scoop. A scoop of profit right there. Right here. This is the trade, right? My entry. And where I scooped a little out. Just placed the limit order. Got filled. Nice. Nice. And we're coming down more. We're coming down more. Maybe I scooped too soon. Shout out to Duper. Shout out to everybody who likes the course, alright? Shout out to Crypto Pump It. Crypto Pump It is a whale, alright? This dude can move the market. Clocks and Clouds likes the course. Yellow X on the 1 minute. Svach says, thank you for everything you do. I just bought your course. Thank you, Svach, for being here, if I'm pronouncing that right. Yeah, I know, right? Right after I take profit, Yellow X. That's how it goes, guys. But you know what? I have to be honest with y'all. Not like I ever lie, right? But here's what I can attribute to me becoming profitable doing this. First of all, good risk management. Never risking more than 1% of the account. Being satisfied with gains that are smaller than what they could be. That's number one, what keeps me sustainable, right? Number two is locking in profit. Locking in profit. If I like this morning, right? The short that I took this morning from here, okay? I entered somewhere. Where did I enter? Somewhere right here, okay? Came down, locked in profits down here. I actually did lock them in very low. Where did I lock them in? At 39,631. So I locked in profits at 39,631, right down here. Okay. I guess because we put in this little double bottom thingy here, I locked in profits right there, and then I moved my stop loss somewhere like up here, right above this area, thinking, okay, if we come up above this high, I'm going to get out of the trade. What that does is, first of all, if I get stopped out of the trade in the first place, I'm not risking more than 1% of my trading capital, so it's not a big hit. I still have plenty of capital to enter more trades. That's step number one of being profitable. Step number two is I have guaranteed a winning trade when I take 50% or 30% of the trade out when we come down to this lower level here. Okay, I came down to the white line, I took profit out here, moved my stop loss into profit. So worst case scenario, I get stopped out in profit. That's just, and if you consistently do that, y'all, where you're not risking that much to begin with, and then you're locking in profit, moving the stop loss to profit, you are absolutely going to be profitable over time. Because here's the thing, you're going to get scalps, little tiny scalps, but once in a while, you're going to get a pretty big move, right? You're going to get a pretty huge move. Huge moves, a smooth move, guys. Like you ate a whole bunch of oatmeal for breakfast. A whole bunch of oatmeal for breakfast, right? I don't know, I have a lot of trades that I've taken, and I was recently in a short that is no longer open and got stopped out in profit this morning. But I was short from a few days ago. Was it yesterday? What day was yesterday? I don't know. I was short from this daily level right here, right? I was short from right up here. And once in a while, it's not just going to be a little scalp. Once in a while, it's going to be a smooth move, a 10% move. So if you're locking it in, you might say, man, these gains are so small. If I had just kept my whole trade open, I could have made more. Don't get greedy, guys. What's going to happen is you're going to get a whole bunch of small wins. You'll get a whole bunch of small losses, but if the better you get at TA, you'll get fewer and fewer losses. But then you're going to get those big wins, right? And that's going to add up over time. I'm telling you guys. I am telling you guys. Thanks, Robert Bonar. You're the man, bro. David Tudor. This is personal information, my friend, but yeah, I guess it is the case. Let's see. That is the case. Praise God. Have I ever thought about doing a live stream like CryptoFace does, showing trades live? No, that's not the thrust of my channel, right? My channel is not about showing you guys my trades. I will show you my entries and my exits and tell you why I took the trades, okay? I'll even tell you on stream when I'm entering a trade. But it's not my style to show the trades, one, because I don't, it's very personal information, right? And two, it doesn't really matter, if I'm making $1 million in one trade or if I'm making $10 in one trade. And the reason for that is because this channel is all about teaching people the skill of trading. Trading is a skill. It's a skill that can stay with you for the rest of your life. And if you can be good at turning $100 into $1,000, into $10,000, then you're good at taking $10,000 and turning it into $100,000 or $1 million, right? It does not matter how much money I'm making on a trade, because everyone's in a different position, right? I'm in a position where I've been hodling Bitcoin, like seriously hodling since Bitcoin was $500, buying tons of Bitcoin, putting everything I had into Bitcoin. So nowadays that Bitcoin is 40K, I have a lot of capital to trade with. So I could enter the same trade as somebody else, make the same percentage, but the money's different. So I don't want to, that's just not my style, right? That's CryptoFace's style, and I appreciate it. I love watching CryptoFace. We all like to watch a guy make like $100,000 in a few minutes, right? That's fun. But that's not how I do it. Minimalist Vagabonds wants to know, great content. How much time do you spend in front of the screens per day? Well, it depends, guys. It depends because, today I was in the car all day, right? You guys like this thumbnail? Super high quality thumbnail. You could tell it used to say something different, and I just blacked out this little block to write something new, right? Super high quality thumbnail. These trades are old too. These are old trades from the time I longed and then shorted. That was pretty epic. That was pretty epic. Man, that was so epic. That was so epic. I want to relive it again. So I was long from down here, okay, and then I was short from this weekly up here. So that was epic. That was pretty epic, and it happened so fast. You guys remember this pump? It happened so fast, so fast, so fast, and it was awesome. It was pretty dang awesome. Okay, Bitcoin is currently testing the VWAP. Let's check it out. I told when I wow, look at this. Let's take a look at this, guys. Looks like we might be getting a little pumperoo right here, coming above the VWAP. Let's see if we can hold above the VWAP. Printing a bottom on the 3-minute. Yeah, I remember when I what am I even trying to say here? I remember when I made the trade. I made a remark. Let's see, where did I make the remark? Oh, that was more recent than that. Cause Big Buzz 28. Yeah, I said I don't know what just happened, but it was the best 30 seconds of my life, where I was long from 32.1, and then I caught that wick and shorted it down from 39. My wife, Big Buzz 28, she was a little offended by that. She's like, really, the best 30 seconds of your life? I had to tell her, no, sorry, babe, no. Our wedding night was the best 30 seconds of my life. And then she felt better about that. All right. Sorry, guys. Going to switch back to PG over here. Gonna switch it back to PG. Omni wants to know, how did I balance trading and family when I first started? I still have a hard time balancing trading and family. Now that I do this full time, guys, it's even harder. It used to be where I would just be in these swing trades from time to time, especially during the bull run. You know, I'd be in these swing trades and have a trade open, you know, a week or even sometimes more. But now I'm honestly just doing this only. So now I'm scalping more. You know, if I'm not working out on the farm, which I do a lot, I'll be doing trades like I did today, where I'm taking like, you know, 4 trades a day sometimes. And it's hard to balance. It's super hard to balance. Yeah, J-Boy Bullish. Yeah, you know, my wife, she's so good. She's very supportive of me. You have to have a family that supports you doing this, guys. So how do you screenshot with P&L on Bybit? You close your trade out and then you go to realize P&L, and then there's like a little arrow button that you can click to get that screenshot up. Tatiana Crypto Vogue, 30 seconds on the wedding night, question mark, haha. Well, hey, you know, whether or not that's true, I'll leave that to you guys to decide. Do I trade on the go? You know, absolutely I trade on the go. Absolutely I trade on the go. I'll tell you why. Most of the time, when I'm able to look at a screen for hours on end, it's because I'm in the car. Like today, we had a lot of errands to run around. Shout out to Big Bus 28 for manning the steering wheel. I should say womaning the steering wheel while I'm in the passenger seat. And I can't really talk to anybody because every time, you know, someone tries to talk to me, I'm over here looking at the juicy price action over here saying, oh, we're getting a pump right now. Then I'm like pulling out my fib. I'm trying to say, like, should I long this? Like, let me see, you know. Got to pull out the fib, you know. And, you know, I'm saying, okay, you know, if we come above the 382, it could be, you know, more. It's intense. Trading on the go is intense, guys. It is intense. Just like camping is intense, guys. What leverage do I open a trade with? Right now I'm trading with 25x leverage, guys. I'm trading with 25x leverage right now. Okay, people want to know, Simp Bobboy wants to know, can you explain leverage trading quickly? And also about setting a stop loss. Oh, man. Bro, okay, so if you really want to know, I recommend you don't just ask in the video, but basically leverage trading is a way where you can leverage your capital. So if you have $400, you could put $4,000 on a trade, and so you're leveraging a small amount of money to put more money on the trade, and you're earning profit in the higher amount of money, right? So if I wanted to, let's say, short from here down to here, that's a 1.38% move, right? Let's say I put $400 on the trade, I would have made 1.3% on my $400, which is like $4, right? $4. But if I was using 10x leverage, now I'm making, you know, 13% profit on my $400. I'm making 13% profit, and I'm too dumb to do the math. What's 26 times 2 is what is that? 52. Now I'm making $52 instead of you know, instead of 4. I'm making $52 on my initial profit, which is how, you know, if, like, for example, the trade that I just took on the stream right now and scooped some profit out is up 27%, even though the price only went from 40,325 to 39,954, and it's only $400 of Bitcoin, and, you know, that's only, you know, is that even 1%? No, that's like 0.8%, but because I'm using 25x leverage, I'm actually making 22% on the trade. So it's very important that you understand proper risk management if you're using leverage, because leverage is just that. It's a way to leverage your capital. It's a tool that should be properly used in accordance with your risk management strategy. And the reason I use such high leverage is because I am actually keeping a certain amount of capital in my account to use to trade on, and that amount of capital in my trading account is capital that if I even lost the whole account would still be proper risk management for me. So I'm leveraging it because if I get a good entry and I have a good stop loss, where let's say, for example, I like earlier today, well, this wasn't the best trade in the world here, but if I was shorting from the well, let's see, let's come to the Discord here because I know I have it in here. These are some potential setups. This was the one that I was looking at when we came up. If we were printing a bearish divergence when we came to the daily level, we did that. This had a very tight stop loss, and so even if I got stopped out of this trade, I would have been able to, even with 25x leverage, be risking a very, very, very small amount of money to potentially gain a very large amount of money. And I mean, that trade was just a massive short, right? It was a massive short. It was up 1 point for 217% on the initial investment, right? So, that's the leverage thing. And the stop loss is just this, right? If you enter a short, let's say you wanted to short when we lost the daily, you would put your stop loss somewhere where it has to be in a good place above the last swing high, but it has to fit your risk management strategy as well. What I mean by that is, you can't be risking more than 1% of your account. So if you're using, let's say you have all your trading capital in one trading account, this trade that you take right here, if this was your entry, you put your stop loss above the last swing high, and it's 0.2, like a 1/4% stop loss above that last swing high. You can now 4x leverage your entire account and still only be risking 1%. Okay. Or if you take only 1/4 of your total trading capital and put it into one account, now you could 12x leverage or 16x leverage that trade and still only be risking 1%. So I hope that kind of makes sense. That's how leverage trading kind of works. Yeah, Tatiana Crypto Vogue brings up a very good point. Tatiana suggests learning before trading on leverage and start with a very small amount of money. Yes, guys, that's also very important. If you're newer to trading, learn first. I recommend you take a trading course. It does not have to be my trading course, guys, although I do offer one. And I do have an $80 discount, right? $80 discount for a limited time. But, it doesn't have to be this course. Any course will teach you the same old stuff that I'm going to teach you. The only difference on mine is that I'm showing you how to use Market Cipher as well, right? And a lot of people like the way I go through things. But, okay. Let me just... You need to know what you're doing before you start trading. Otherwise, it's a one-way ticket to wrecked city. And I'll tell you, wrecked city is not a fun place to be. Do you know what it's like to have to go upstairs and tell your wife how much money you just lost? It's not fun, man. It is fun to tell your wife how much money you made. But if you don't know what you're doing, how are you going to make that money? You know what I'm saying? Do you know what I'm saying? All right, let me make sure my stop loss is in profit here. Yeah, still going to keep the short open, guys. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Yeah, sure thing, Zimbabwe. No problem. Mo White TP says, yo, J, Bitcoin, a small consideration. Huh? I don't get it. Sorry, man. When is the content for the course being released? Fahim Iqbal wants to know. Fahim, the course is already released. All the content is here. You can get it at jasoncaspertrading.com, and there is there's an 80% discount also in the description of the video. Shout out to Crypto Yacht. Crypto Yacht, thanks for being here, man. He's a beast at the spider lines. Crypto Yacht's a really good trader, guys.
Stamina. I see another mountain to climb, but I got stamina. And I need another lover but mine, 'cause I got stamina. Don't give
Yeah, check out Crypto Yacht's YouTube channel, guys, because he's got some content on there, and he only has 49 subscribers. So check it out. I mean, this is quality content, guys. You know, dude is a good trader, right? And he's a musician too. This is his music in the background, and this is just him making 130K. Yeah, check it out. Also, you know, who doesn't want to see pictures and videos of Donald Trump?
That can change very quickly because inflation is going to become terrible.
There you go. There you go. The orange man himself. The orange man himself. You know, says I should go on around the blockchain. I want to go on around the blockchain. You know, I need to get a camera. I need to start showing my face, guys. I need to start showing my face on here. You know, and stop dressing like a caveman. Most of the time when I come on here, guys, I don't even have clothes on, really. I just got, like, underwear, you know, full disclosure, right? I hate wearing clothes. It's hot outside. Like, what am I going to do, right? So... And when you don't have a job like me, guys, I have not had a job since 2013. So it's like, sometimes it's like, you know, you don't shower, you don't shave. Like, honestly, like, I don't even know what I look like right now. Yeah, Billy, people see my face. Yeah, people see my face, guys. Yeah, people say the orange man's bad because CNN told me so. I think he's bad for other reasons, guys, but you know what? This is not a political channel. I know some people love the man. Some people worship him as if he is, you know, Jesus in the flesh. But let's see. All right, people want to see the Casper face. Guys, here's a picture of me when I was in high school. Okay, pigtails and everything. And, you know, I always show this picture when I tell people, remember, guys, this is not financial advice. And if you think that anything I'm telling you on this channel is financial advice, remember who you're listening to, okay? You're listening to a 16-year-old kid with pigtails sitting in the football stand with his friend and his girlfriend, just so everyone knows, right? But, you know, the reason my hair was like this, guys, is because I was in marching band. And when you're in marching band, you got to shove all your hair inside the hat, right? I had long hair. I was a rocker, guys. I was a rocker, all right? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. You guys always make fun of me. Yeah. Oh man. Tatiana says I should make that pic my profile pic. I should. Right now, Matt Bonto, I am 30. I am 30. That's true. I'm also a power lifter, guys. I am a power lifter. I'm trying to challenge BitBoy, Ben. If you're listening, we have to do our powerlifting competition with cryptocurrency prizes, because, you know, like I said, my deadlift has a green dot on the weekly Market Cipher B, and it's about to hit a new all-time high. My deadlift, I'm on the road to a 600-pound deadlift, guys. I'm on the road to a 600-pound deadlift. Let's see. Shout out to Dominique de Graaf, the winner of the 0.025 Bitcoin last time. And Whitefire, yeah, I will show my face. He said I was jacked. I am kind of jacked, guys. I'm kind of jacked. Oh man, Matt Bonto, his deadlift is oversold right now. Let me tell you. Sometimes my deadlift gets oversold too. You gotta take a deload week, bro. You gotta take a deload. Drop the volume. Just drop the volume for a week. 110.3 BK says, how long after taking the course could one trade full time? Well, it depends on you, honestly. It depends on how disciplined you are with your risk management. It depends on how much capital you have to start with. I would say, honestly, 6 months to a year of real studying and experience and sticking to your strategy, and you could do it. And I'm totally serious. I think anybody can do this. I think anybody can do this. I think anybody can do this. And I even say at the beginning of the course, the easiest part is learning how to trade. It's so easy to learn about support and resistance, and learn about divergences and like Fibonacci. I mean, that's so easy, guys. It's so easy. The hard part is sticking to your risk management strategy, sticking to, if price is not, not FOMOing into trades, right? Like if price starts to dump and you were hoping for it to go higher, don't enter a short unless you already had a plan to enter that short at the current point, right? Like if you're sticking to a strategy, then yeah, absolutely, anyone could do it. But give it some time because, especially I can say this from experience, there are certain things, I'm sure a lot of you guys who've been trading for a while know also, there are certain things that you see on a chart where it gives you like an intuition that you've seen this happen before. You're like, the last time this happened, we pumped, or last time this happened, we dumped. Like there's a lot of times, like especially last week as we were coming up to this level, we were printing bearish divergences the whole time, and I didn't want to short yet because I just had that gut feeling we were going to get that one last pump because just the way the market was behaving. And I wanted to wait for that real good level. So, not that it was bad to short these other things too. I mean, I'm sure like there were a lot of good scalps to make along that way up as well. And then learning what kind of trades you're looking to enter. Like, are you looking to enter a scalp? Are you looking to enter a swing trade? A lot of times scalps turn into swing trades, but understanding how to place your stop loss and all that, it takes some time to get that right, I would say. I'll bet you BitBoy goes 90 degrees at least. I'll bet you the crease of his hip goes a little bit below parallel. BitBoy looks like a good squatter. He looks like a good squatter and deadlifter. I know he's a good bencher. Bench is my weakest lift. I've only ever been able to bench 330. That's my max. My deadlift max is 585. The highest I've ever squatted was 455 for a double, but I don't want to go much higher than that. I just don't want to. I don't squat more than 405 these days. I have spine problems. That's why. How much capital do you need around about for full-time trading? Asked Scotty. Well, let me tell you. It depends on your financial needs. How much do you need a day to live? Okay? How much do you need a week to pay your bills? If you only need $200 a day, $100 a day, then you need much less capital. But if you need $1,000 a day, then you need more, And you have to give yourself you have to be realistic too and understand the market conditions are always going to change. And it's always best to do something else too, other than just trading. If you're just starting out, do something else. Start some kind of business. Businesses and investing, that's the way to go. Honestly, I'm about to wax philosophical, guys. Y'all know I'm all about being self-sufficient. Y'all know I'm a homesteader out here, raising animals, growing my own food out here. And why most of us got into crypto? Because we saw the corruption. We saw the corruption with the system, right? We want out of that system. The best way to totally get out of that system is not just invest in crypto. Start a business. Don't have a job. Start a business. Before I did this full time, I had another business. In high school, I had a business. In middle school, I had a business, guys. I was hustling pixie sticks. I'd get them from Costco, 100 for $1, and I'd sell them for 10 cents each and make a 90 per. What am I trying to say here? For every dollar I spent, I'd make 100. So, get into a business, guys. Grow your own food. If we hate this system, we think it's corrupt, then we need to stop using the system, right? That's the only way that the system will stop having power over us. Of course, we need to fear the Lord God Almighty as well, because He is the source of everything that we need to survive. And so, if you fear God and you do things to the best of your ability, and He has grace on you, then we can object, right? Shout out to 12 Hit who's trading with 5. Hopes he reaches 500. Yeah, you totally can. Oh, Panayotov says, hi, Jason. I bought your course with the wrong email. Hit me up in the free Discord, man. Join my free Discord. Link in the description. Hit me up. Yeah, Jack Streff, Pirate Chain Monero. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm 30, guys. I don't know if you can block the person who gave me a dislike. You know, haters going hate. Haters going hate. Yeah, I've always been a hustler, baby. You know what I'm saying? Nice. We have a red dot. We have a red dot for Bitcoin on the 1 hour. Just got the notification. Let's check it out. Red dot. Red dot. See what happens with this red dot. Bitcoin at the VWAP. Got a red dot in the hourly, guys. Bitcoin at the VWAP. Oh, we dumping. Oh, let's dump it. I hope it dumps and I hope it pumps. I'm long and short. You know, I'm schlong. Short and long at the same time. Let's come back. Shout out to T-Rog. What's going on, bro? How do you set up notifications for dots? You just right-click Market Cipher, man. Just right-click good old Market Cipher, add notification, add alert, and you know, what do you want it to do? Market Cipher B, doing a small red dot, small green dot, or a big green dot, right? Or you could even do something like, you know, the Market Cipher B, Market Cipher B is crossing up. So you could do, check it out, Market Cipher B, money flow is crossing up over the zero line. And so every time money flow, or it doesn't even have to be crossing up, crossing in general. So now you get an alert every time the 1 hour money flow crosses the zero line. Right? You could do anything on here. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Lar next said, should I close my longs? I'm not closing mine. I'm not closing my longs. Shout out to John H. Thanks for being here, bro. May God bless you in Jesus' name. Scoobs25 just had a session on COD. I'm as good at it as my trading. That's cool. Do I like to travel? Well, I used to travel a lot. When me and Big Butts 28 were single, that's the word we used for before we had kids. When we were young and all that fun stuff, we traveled a lot. We traveled the world. We did some crazy stuff, and then we decided to get responsible. And now we don't travel at all. I can't travel. I have lots of animals, lots of them. I have gardens that need to be taken care of. If I went away for 3 days, if I came home, probably have 100 eggs that need to be, probably like more like 75 eggs. And the animals, they need food, they need water. Joshua wants to know, do we have a huge bearish div on ETH? I haven't been looking at ETH the whole day, guys, because I've been... Just the Bitcoin trade for me, guys, have been good enough. I don't see a bearish... Yep, I do. I do see a bear. You are correct, my friend. We do have a bearish divergence on Ethereum. Ethereum, right here, coming down like this. Yes, indeed. Yeah. That looks a little bearish, does it not? Look at the money flow. You know, we look at this. Look at this. I'm sorry for not noticing this, my friend. I'm sorry, it's been a long day, right? Massive bearish divergences building up during this whole time, even with the money flow coming down as well. So when the money flow is coming down and the momentum waves are coming down, that's how you know it's going to be the best short in the world. Reminds me of the short from good old a few days ago. This short right here. I mean, this was just the juiciest short in the world, was it not? This short was so dang juicy because not only was the momentum waves coming down here on Market Cipher Bizzle. But we also had the money flow coming down like this, and we also had the VWAP, right, the happy wappy coming down like this. And not only that, we also had the RSI coming down like this. So we had a quadruple divergence while the price was pumping up like this. We had a quadruple divergence right here. So, you know, that was a juicy one right there. That was a juicy short. So juicy. So dang juicy, y'all. Like this. Like this. What is he selling actually? What am I buying here on Amazon? Oh, seeds. Seeds for 100-pound watermelons. Yeah, maybe I should get this. Yeah, I should probably get this. You know? I would grow these watermelons. I would absolutely grow these melons. I do grow watermelons, but they're not this big. They're like the personal sized ones. But I would be this guy. Look at how happy that guy is. He's like, yeah, back in my day, watermelons weren't this big, but now I'll be drinking watermelon juice for days. Drinking for days. Juicy. Larnex, my Market Cipher settings are stock, man. I don't change it at all. All I change is the color. Fahim, I already answered your question, bro. The new content is already released. It's in the course. I just add new sessions to the course. Bitcoin looking like it's going to dump. Daily dose of crypto. How can I stop looking at the charts always? I don't know, man. I have that same problem. It's hard, right? I could say maybe live stream. That'll help. That will help. Yeah, I don't know if we're gonna continue to dump or if we're gonna pump. I hope we pump, guys. I hope. Oh, excuse me. I'm so sorry. I hope we pump. Because I have some juicy short setups to take. Would you use to cut that watermelon at chainsaw? Yeah, possibly. There's a bullish dip on the 15-minute for Ethereum. Oh, my bad. Marcel, do I always risk a max of 1%? I'll risk up to 5%. Up to 5%. Shout out to Thomas Otto. God bless you, bro. Thanks for being here. Could I just leave my animals money to get a takeaway meal and go on a holiday? I don't think so, man. I don't think they know how to do that. My dad always tells me to hire somebody. I'm not going to hire somebody to come stay on the farm because, like, it's my farm. You know what I'm saying? What are my shorts right now? Where would I short? My only short right now, guys, is this one right here. The one I took at the beginning of the stream from was that one from 40.5? Nah, wasn't that one. It was this one from 40.3. From 40.3. That's the only short I have open right now. Do I hold Bitcoin long term? Yes, I do. I do hold Bitcoin on spot a lot of it. I mean, well, that's relative, right? For me, it's a lot. Okay. Oh, it already played out, Dominique? Okay, gotcha. Andre says, hey, Jason, is it a good idea to open a long and a short at the same time with the same leverage and the same stop loss? I mean, all that'll do is probably cause you to break even and lose a little bit of money in fees, right? Because whichever one you could, it depends on the situation, right? Because what if you had done that like right here? Okay, what if you had done that right here? You would have gotten sliced up, right? You would have gotten sliced up, and then you would have thought, okay, the long is winning out. Let me close the short, and then boom, you know? That's really not a good idea. The only way I like to have longs and shorts at the same time is if I am long from lower and shorter from higher and can meet in the middle. So right now, if Bitcoin keeps dumping from here, well, great, because I'm short. But if Bitcoin keeps pumping from here, well, great, because I'm long from much lower. If Bitcoin pumps from here, my short will get closed out, and it's already in profit, right? Because I've already moved the stop loss to my entry. I've already scooped out some profits, right? You know, so that's the way to long and short at the same time. You don't want to just willy-nilly enter a long and short at the same time, because look, most of the time in these sideways little ranges that Bitcoin's usually trading in, right, you will lose money on fees, and you will get sliced up, and you don't have a plan because you don't know which way the price is going to go. So you're just saying, let me open both at the same time. And if you don't have a plan, and let's say, you know, like I just said, you open long and short right here, all of a sudden you think that the long's going to win out, so you close the short, and then boom, now your long is stopped out, and then we pump right back up, and then we drop. So it's like you have to have a plan going into it. You have to have your levels marked. Honestly, it's best if you don't enter a trade unless we're at a level and you have a reason, you know. Shout out to Chintzy13. Chintzy, are you still bullish, bro? Are you still bullish? I know obviously you were bearish back in like January, or not January, February, March-ish. Shout out to Alonzo Sanchez. I love you too, Alonzo. You know, may God bless you. May God bless you. Unfortunately, Galax Crypto, no, the Patreon, right now we cannot accept crypto. Zaire Johnson says, hey Jason, how do you know? Oh, cool, Chintzy is still bullish. Cool, man, that gives me hope, bro, for my longs. How do you know the difference between when you should take a trade based on a divergence on a lower time frame versus when to take a trade on a higher time frame? Okay, step one for that, Zaire, is you want to make sure that regardless of what time frame you're looking at, price is at a level. All right. So for example, the long I took today from down here. Okay, why did I take that long? It was because price was on a weekly level. That weekly level. We lost it and we reclaimed it, and so I took the long. But there were no divergences on the 1 hour. Not at all. In fact, there were just bearish divergences that still were playing out, right? But instead, what we had on the 5-minute time frame was we had, we had bullish divergence on the 5-minute time frame. We had bullish divergence on the 3-minute time frame. Right here, coming up. Money flow crossing over. And so I took that trade based on the, actually I entered it because of the 1-minute time frame, to be honest with you guys. In fact, I posted in Discord divergence on the 1 minute. And, I entered somewhere, once we came up above the weekly, somewhere right in here. I think right around here, 39.3-ish. And it was because we came to a level and we got divergences on the lower time frames. I wasn't expecting it to pump so much. And it pumped a lot. That was a nice trade. That was a pretty nice trade, Took profits out when we were at 40.4. Man, that was a nice trade. I'll tell you. That was a nice trade. But and I'm still in it, right? I'm still in it. My stop loss is in profit and all that. But it depends. Like step one, price has to come to your level. And then when price comes to a level and you see a divergence, then you plan that trade out according to the time frame. Like if I only see the divergence on the 1 minute, I entered that expecting to be in a scalp trade. If you see divergences on the 4 hour, the 3 hour, the 2 hour, the 1 hour, the 24 minute, the 12 minute, the 5 minute, the 1 minute, then all right, this could be a significant move. Like maybe I should set my first take profit down a little ways if you're shorting. Justin Wiles, what do I think about the money flow about to cross over on the daily? I think it could be very bullish. And I think if it crosses, we will break out above here and possibly get a rejection off of one of these higher golden pockets that I have marked out in the chart here. Rewatch the stream. I go into that. Right now we're just kind of talking. Evan Dro Franco wants to know. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I'm yawning on you. I'm tired. How do I trade with Market Cipher indicators only? Yes. Yes, I trade with Market Cipher indicators only. But I also do use regular old EMAs, and I use Fibonacci, and I use volume, right? So, but yeah, so I use other indicators. I use Market Cipher, I use fixed range, I use the visible range, I use Fibonacci, and moving averages. Vitali 905 Trades, can I please show my daily weekly levels for ETH? They're in the Discord, bro. If you're in the Discord, if you are a Patreon, I post them in the Discord under trading levels right here. Every week I update these, or whenever they need to be updated. And you can actually import these directly into your trading view. And this is also where I post potential trade setups, you know, where not all of them play out, guys, but the ones that do, a lot of times they're pretty good. Some of them get stopped out, obviously, right? And then I do daily TA updates. Daily TA updates where I am given levels, showing areas, you know, where I'm looking for the next resistances, the next supports, where I'm looking for reversals, stuff like that, targets and all that kind of stuff, my sentiment for the day, Bitcoin, Ethereum, all that. This is by becoming a patron at patreon.com/Jason Casper. Let me just drop that in here. And shout out to Zaire. Zaire says, one day I'll have as much clout in this chat as Crypto Yacht, Crypto Pump It, and TK Movies. Nice, bro. Yeah, Zaire, man, I think you've already got the clout, bro. Now you become a regular. You become a regular. Also, guys, the course, we do have $80 off currently. Limited time for the rest of the week. This $80 off coupon right here. Also, guys, 10% off on Market Cipher, but CryptoFace has a 25% discount, so you might as well go with him. And then also Bybit. I have a Bybit link too, just like every other dang crypto trader YouTuber. That's my affiliate link if you want to use it. Shout out to Starty Man, who says the Discord is very good, highly recommend. Thanks, man. I try to provide value, and it's not just me in there, guys. We have a lot of awesome traders in there, like some really, really good traders posting their TA in here. You know, check it out. And these, like the guys in here, these are only people who have gone through the course, you know, so you know that people who are posting in this channel, like their TAs, like legit, you know. And then even in the regular Bitcoin, it's like more of just like where it's not as serious, right? It's not as serious. We tell jokes and stuff in here, but there's still awesome traders in here posting some really good TA. And I have to be honest, I love being a part of this group because people in here are really good, and I love looking at people's charts and getting ideas, because, you know, TA is like, a lot of it's subjective, so you're like getting an idea from one person, and then you see something that someone posted and you're like, oh man, that finds confluence with this thing I'm looking at, and it helps you come up with like a trading plan and stuff like that. Bullish div on the 1 minute over here, looks like slight bullish, yeah, slight bullish div on the 1 minute right here. Hey, shout out to RB Smith. May God bless you, bro. RB Smith, an OG. He is a Bitcoin heir, this guy. Patrick Bootk wants to know, is $80 the best discount ever? Yeah, I think to date it's the best discount ever. I did a 28% off for Big But's 28th birthday. And also, guys, today in the chat, I did do a 61.8% discount, but only for 3 people, okay? That's the kind of discount you can only get randomly in the Discord, guys. Shout out to Spencer, who says the course was an absolute game changer. I'm glad. Shout out to Vitali 905 Trades. Awesome, bro. Looking forward to seeing you in there. Shout out to Crypto Yacht again. Crypto, yeah, you should do a video on the spider lines, bro. That would help your channel, man, because a lot of people want to know about that, and I can't teach it. Sam Sellers, do I have a mobile tablet I trade with on the road? No, I trade on my computer. I use my cell phone as a hotspot, and I just plug the computer into the cigarette lighter. You can tell how old I am. I call it a cigarette lighter. And, you know, that's how I do it. BJ Menace says, show your fib. Here it is. Man, my trading view, it is just slow. It is so slow today, guys. My screen is frozen right now. My trading view is frozen. Yeah, crypto. Yeah, make some videos on spider lines, and I'll share the link. Aaron Barnes, how do I deal with drawdown when a trade doesn't immediately go your way? I don't worry about it because I'm only risking 1%, and I know if I lose, I'll win the next one, or if I lose 2, I'll win the third, or if I lose 3, I'll win the fourth. And I know my risk management strategy will keep me profitable because even though I'm losing 3 trades in a row, I'm only losing 3% of my whole account, and I could easily earn that back in one trade. But honestly, guys, a lot of my trades don't really end up in drawdown. Sometimes they do for a little bit. I don't like to let my trades even get into drawdown unless I've already take profit 1 so that I can close my trade in drawdown and still break even or be in a very small loss. So, but if you trust your TA, then there's no problem with being in drawdown, right? Like if you trust your TA, we're at a level, we have a divergence, we have volume coming in, then you just trust the process, bro. Trust the process. You gotta. You can't be flipping and flopping. Yeah, Tatiana, I know the 12-hour on Bitcoin, money flow is about to cross, like so close. And are we officially, man, I get so angry when my computer doesn't work. I shouldn't get angry though, right? I should not get angry. It's just technology. Deep breaths. Deep breaths. Man, this is messed up, guys. This is messed up. I hate when my computer does this to me. Should I wait or should I exit the page? I'm going to wait. Oh, phew, I was about to shoot this thing. Didn't do it, though. Didn't do it. Bitcoin at the VWAP right now. All right, let's check this out. Red dot on the 12-hour. Guys, we could play a game of red dot, green dot right here. We could play a serious game of red dot, green dot, and we could just... If we play a game of red dot, green dot, we could come up to like 48K, guys. And if anybody doesn't know what a game of red dot, green dot is, let me show you on the 4-hour. Red dot, green dot is right here, where we're topping out. We're hitting into resistance many times. Resistance hit, resistance hit, resistance hit, right? And then we get the red dot. Everyone's like, man, that's it, we're coming down. And then green dot, money flow crossover. Playing a game of red dot, green dot. Could happen on the 12-hour. If it does, could launch us off into outer space. Shout out to Memory Man, who's not in the chat. I know he loves outer space. Shout out to Zer, who shouts out the Clout Crew. Shout out to Thomas New, who says click clack. The Honorable Mikey says be angry but sin not. Amen, brother. Words of wisdom, Words of wisdom. Shout out to Why Not Tony. Why Not Tony posting the gems in the DeFi section of the Discord. Thank you, bro. Billy says, how do I recommend studying the course material so it sticks? Honestly, I recommend you just immerse yourself in this stuff. Immerse yourself in it. So you're dreaming about candlesticks. That's what I was doing when I was learning. I absorbed it. I had a goal. I had a passion. I wanted to do this. I wanted to make it happen. I was going to do anything it took. I would be literally watching videos and stuff and looking at charts constantly for hours on end. I couldn't sleep. I couldn't eat. Couldn't do anything. My workouts were suffering. My deadlift was going down. That's how I do with everything in life, guys. I'm such an all or nothing guy. Either got to be all in or not at all. How do I go to bed with bullish 12-hour red dot? Well, I'm already long, so it's all good. Daniel says, how strong do you think is the fact that we've been 8 days with green candles and it's time to red? Yeah, I think it's time to red. So that's why I'm expecting also a pullback, right? I'm expecting a pullback from one of these areas, a big one, back down to, the middle of, maybe like 37, 36 or lower. Shout out to Jonathan, who's literally the same. "15-minute money flow crossover," says TK Movies. Shout out to TK Movies. Let's check it out, TK. Oof. Looking kind of bearish here, guys. I don't see the money flow crossover, but it's crossing. It's crossing. I love Electron Power. Thanks for being here. Mikana Spaghetti. Would I recommend long here with a stop? No, I would not. That's just me. Again, not financial advice. Remember, I'm not giving financial advice. And remember, if you're taking this as financial advice, remember who you're listening to, guys. You're listening to the guy with pigtails, right? Making the duck face, right? This is who you're listening to, guys. It's not financial advice. I would not long here. I would long lower, but we might not get that opportunity. I'm already long because I like to long low. I don't like to long high. That's how I get wrecked. That's how I get wrecked. You know. What's a realistic goal to hit with $1,000 in an account? Anything you want, Jonathan. Anything you want. If you're using good risk management and you have a strategy and you know how to do your technical analysis, anything is possible, bro. If you're using really strict risk management, it will take you longer than if you're being more risky. If you're totally new to trading, I recommend you stick to very tight risk management. If you're experienced, then maybe you could be a little riskier, right? You could risk 10% per trade. Okay? That's a big chunk if you're losing multiple trades in a row. But but really there's no limit, man. The only limit is restrictions that we have put upon us by not having the technology to do it, right? If the grid goes down or something like that. Skatefish, yeah, I played jazz band in high school, man. I was first trumpet, bro. First trumpet. Z says, bro, my mom is interested. How old am I? Interested in what? In taking the course? She can do it. And I'm 30. How to control over trading or trying to recover losses. Okay, if you have some losses, you should walk away from the charts. Okay, you need to be in a fresh, positive mindset to do this. Secondly, you have to have rules for yourself about entering a trade. If the rules are not met, you don't enter the trade. My rules are only trade if I'm at a level, and Market Cipher's giving me confirmations. So those are my rough rules. If we're not at a level and all of a sudden we start pumping, don't long. Have a plan in advance. Have a plan in advance. Every day, I come up with multiple plans for my personal self, right? Like the other day, I posted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 potential trade setups that I was looking to take if price happened to do that thing. And if price didn't do that thing, I wasn't looking to take a trade. These were like swing trades, kind of. But the plan kind of has to change along with the market conditions, right? But like even today, I had a plan, which was this. Like originally, I was looking for higher to take a short today. But, you know, I had another rule for myself, which is if we lose the daily level, then I'm going to short, right? And then we lost the daily level, and I shorted, and I posted, you know, I'm short because we lost the daily, short from 42.92. And I'm still hoping we come back up to test those juicy levels because I'm still planning to short there, you know, if I get my confirmations, right? And then below us, I have supports that I'm looking at too, you know. So, you know, I have my plans in advance. So I'm not over trading because I already know what I'm looking for. Shout out to Dave Chappelle, who played the French horn. I didn't know Dave Chappelle played the French horn. I'm not into trading bots. I tried to get into it a little, crypto pump it, and I just couldn't do it, man. I just could not do it. Shout out to Aaron, who's learning something from every YouTube I make. That's awesome. Death Cross, Golden Cross. I don't usually pay attention to those El Palomino. I usually don't. Yeah, I do the daily chart off Eastern time. I do, Aaron. Ali B says, man, stop copying Crypto Face's talking style. Well, I'm sorry, Ali B. You know what? Well, I don't know who's older. I think Crypto Face might be a little bit older than me. But you have to understand something, Ali B. And everybody who says that. I don't know how many times I've said this. Look, one of the reasons I like CryptoFace is because he reminds me a little bit of myself, the way he talks. It's just how I talk. I've talked like this forever. I could show you old videos of me before CryptoFace was a thing, right? I've always had this weird kind of talk where, am I being serious or sarcastic? You can't really tell, right? That's just how I've always been. That's just my personality. So I'm not copying CryptoFace. If anything, me and my friends were talking this way back in 2006. Back in 2006. A massive bullish div on the 1 minute. Let's check it out. Bitcoin at the VWAP. Bitcoin coming over the VWAP. Bitcoin printing, bullish div. Is that a bullish div? I don't know. I don't know if I've... Let me check it out here. Yeah, it is printing. Look at that. Yeah, it's doing pretty well. Yeah, I just don't know what's going to happen, guys. I'm glad I'm longed and shorted up here. I'm actually going to have to cut this stream kind of soon. CryptoFace said he's 19. Okay, well, if CryptoFace is 19, then I've been talking like that since before he was born. Just kidding, though. Okay, the VWAP, Johnny Joe. The VWAP is the volume average weighted price. And on Market Cipher SR, which I have turned on right here, it gives you it's like a moving average, and it's a great area of dynamic support and resistance, right? When we were down here, okay, longing, when we came up and came above the VWAP, it was a good sign to me to stay long. Staying long because we're above the VWAP, and right now we're holding the VWAP as support, which is why I'm still in my long trade from down here, right around here. 39.3, something like that. So right here. Yeah, that's why I'm still in it. Wow, I almost have 65,000 subs. That's crazy, guys. Thank you, everyone who subscribed. Thanks, Johnny. Thanks, Johnny. Me and Carl are the same person. Carl is the Clark Kent. Carl is the Clark Kent, and I am the Superman, right? I mean, check it out. Right, Carl? You would never tell how jacked he is underneath that sweater, right? You would never tell how jacked he is. But little do you know, here's the thing, too. Clark Kent takes off his glasses to become Superman. Carl from the Moon puts on his glasses to become Jason Casper. That's how it works. Because really, deep down, you can't tell, but Carl from the Moon is jacked, right? And he's got a Bitcoin tattoo, and he shows Market Cipher, but he doesn't tell you. He doesn't tell you. Yeah. Shout out to Zare. Every time he leaves the house, he puts his watermelon shorts over his long johns. I love it, man. I love it, bro. Yeah. My course is long, Thomas New. It's probably like, I'd say over 20 hours of content. Over 20 hours of content. I don't have a Bitcoin tattoo, not in real life. Real Jason Casper. No, that's not really me on the tractor, guys. This is really me. This is how jacked I am. This is me. This is not me. This is me. This is not me. This is someone made this picture of me, which I thought was hilarious because they just took like every caricature, every stereotype about me and made it one, right? Because everyone knows I show Market Cipher, I love Bitcoin. Everybody knows I am a believer in the Messiah, and so I got my Bible right here. I've got my tractor because I do like to ride on the tractor while I got my trade laptop open, and this honestly kind of does sum me up pretty well. And I'm a powerlifter, right? So they took some jacked tractor riding, Bible thumping, laptop trading, Market Cipher showing, Bitcoin hodling dude, and just put my logo on it. And when I saw this, I could not stop laughing because honestly, this sums me up pretty well. Like, I literally will be out on the tractor with my cell phone looking at the charts, man. Just looking at the charts. let's see. If I had 10K, would I spot trade instead of margin? No, I would always margin trade. I would never ever spot trade for the majority of my trading. The only time I spot trade is when I'm spot trading altcoins during bull runs, where you can just put money into them and then take it out, and it's more than it was when you started. But if you want to actually do this, man, you got to be able to long and short. You have to be able to long and short. And if you're trying to spot trade, especially if you're new, it's much harder to spot trade. People, it's so weird to me. People are like, "Oh, I'm just getting started, but I'm not comfortable shorting yet." It's like, what do you mean? It's easier to be able to long and short than it is to just long. And if you're doing inverse perpetual contracts, you're stacking your coin while you're doing it. It's like you're stacking your coin whether you're longing or shorting. And it's much easier to trade on margin than it is to trade spot, in my opinion. But the only time I trade spot is when I'm trading altcoins, where I'm just buying an altcoin, looking to hold the trade for like, a month or two or a week or something. But I recommend margin trading to everybody, and you don't have to use high leverage, man. And also leverage. Remember, leverage is totally irrelevant. It's just a tool that fits into your proper risk management strategy. If you want to put $1 million on a trade, you could do that with 1x leverage, or you could do that with 10x leverage. Right? Leverage is just a tool. The only thing that changes is your liquidation price. As long as you're following good risk management, there's no reason to avoid margin trading. None at all. And if you're trading Forex is 100% margin trading. I used to trade Forex, and I'm going to start doing it again in the fall. But I used to exclusively trade Forex, and Forex is all margin trading. Because if I'm trading the yen and the pound, how am I going to do that if all I have is dollars? I have to put my dollars up as collateral and trade on the margin. It's the same with the crypto. So that's why I recommend margin trading. Thanks, Robert Bonar, for showing my course. I appreciate it. What is going on here? We pumping right now. Yeah, it's good to short. Shorting's good. I love shorting. What profit percent of the deposit can you earn per month using good risk management? It depends on your entries, Z. It depends on your entries, and it depends also on your the trades, right? Like, what I mean by entry is, if I'm shorting here, as soon as we lose the daily and I can put my stop loss above the last swing high, I could have a 0.15% stop loss and still have it be above that swing high, right? I have a 0.15%, or let's just say a 0.2% stop loss, right? 0.2% stop loss above the last swing high, which means I could 5x my whole account and still only risk 1% because my entry is so good, right? And I'm now earning close to 10% on 5 times what I put into my account. So if you have $1,000, now you're earning 5%, 10% almost. Like, let's say 7%. You're earning 7% now on your investment of $1,000, which is $70. But if your entry was like this, okay, where let's say you didn't short until you had to do a 0.5% stop loss. Now you can only 2x, right? So now you're only earning 3% instead of 7%. And also, we don't know how low this trade was going to go. You could have had a really good entry up here and still had your 0.2% stop loss, but maybe we only came down 0.5%, let's say. So now, you 5x your account, but you're only earning 2.5% on the trade, 2.5% instead of 7%. So it depends on your entry. It depends on your how the trades actually go, the movement of the market. That's really what it depends on, man. You can get a Lamborghini tractor. I'm not into that, guys. I'm not a car person. Shout out to Dylan Gaines, who's up 3,000% since my course. I appear on Harvest Finance. I don't even know what that is. I have no idea what that even is, y'all. Can I search for myself? I have no idea. Is this even the right thing? I don't know. I don't know what Harvest Finance is. Oh! I see what you're saying. Wow, yes. Yes! This is me, guys. This literally is me. This literally is me. I do have a Kubota. An orange tractor. I do have tattoos. And a bionic arm. Just kidding about the bionic arm. But I have hair like that. And I am wearing sunglasses. So, awesome. Awesome. Didn't know that. Thank you. No, I don't have a Ford truck. I have a Ram, alright? I have a Ram. And I've never been a car guy. Because, I know a lot of people will disagree with this, and that's fine. But I only like to have things that make my life better. And I don't feel like a expensive car makes my life better. It means I spent money on something that I could have just got a stupid cheap one, and it would have done the same thing, which is get me from one place to another. You know what I'm saying? As long as I can get from one place to another, I don't care if it's super fancy and everyone says, "Ooh, wow, look at that car." I don't want people to look at my car. Are Ram trucks good or reliable? I guess, man. I've only ever had one truck, and it's a Ram. Before that, I had a Jeep. So it was a 1993 Jeep Cherokee. 1993 Jeep Cherokee. Let me see if I can find it. It was white. It was a white. This was my car. I had this thing for years. This is the exact one I had. It was a coupe, right? It was a 2-door, and it was awesome. This thing was awesome, man. I'm telling you. I used to take this thing everywhere. I used to take this thing off-roading in the woods when I was younger, and you know what? I hit rocks and did the craziest stuff, and everything was always fine with this Jeep. Unfortunately, oh man, I miss that Jeep so much. I miss it. I had it for years. It was in 1993. I got it in 2007. And I had it for such a long time. But it eventually, the engine was fine on it, but you know, it was leaking oil, it was leaking transmission fluid. That's really what made me have to get rid of it. It was leaking transmission fluid, and like by the end of it, I had to like floor this thing to get the gears to shift, because it wasn't a stick, it was a manual. It was a automatic, and so I had to floor it, and I'm going up to like 8 RPMs just to get it to shift into second gear, and so I got like 6 miles to the gallon. I had to get rid of it, and but if anybody has a 1993 white 2-door Jeep Cherokee Sport that they want to sell to Jason Casper, let me know. I'll buy it. I almost impulse bought one of these Jeeps the other day. I saw it on the side of the road. It was red though, okay, and I was gonna buy it, but they wouldn't take a card for it, and they wouldn't take Bitcoin, so I didn't buy it because I don't walk around with cash, guys. Not a big fan of the cash, right? Let's see. Let's go back to the chat here. How long did it take me to become profitable and confident? Well, it took me probably a number of years, probably like 2.5 years or so, and the reason for that is because I did everything wrong, right? It wasn't. I remember the feeling I got where I finally felt like I could actually do this, right? I do remember that feeling. It was a good feeling. But it took me a while because I did everything wrong. I didn't start out to learn. I started out to do. I'm the kind of guy where I do things before I take the time to think about them or learn them. Like this YouTube channel. BitBoy is live, huh? Yeah, I do have a long stream. Yeah, you know what? The wife, she's probably made dinner. She probably wants me to come upstairs and eat what she made. So I'm going to cut the stream, guys. I'm going to cut the stream. But receive this blessing in the Hebrew language. Yavarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha, Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chunecha, Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom b'shem Yeshua HaMashiach Elohei Yisrael, which in English means, may the Lord bless you and protect you. May the Lord cause his face to shine light upon you. May the Lord have grace upon you. And may the Lord lift up his face upon you and give you wholeness and completeness in the name of Jesus, the Messiah, the God of Israel. Amen. and I do pray that for everybody watching and listening. And yeah, BitBoy is live. Yeah, you guys should all spam BitBoy. Tell him to have Jason on Around the Blockchain. He'll get a camera and show his face. I'll show my face. All right, peace, guys. I'll see y'all in the next stream.